All right, let's see here. Get that open. And let me share some charts. Okay. All right. What a day. Look at the VIX. It's giving up. That's great news. Glad to see that's finally coming into play there. And just want sorry, I'm having a little trouble with that. There we go. All right, VIX rejecting the 4-hour 9 and coming on down. We've got our pinch point at 16.9. We are below that. Closing below that will give us the ability to push down lower. Only caveat is the Jackson Hole Symposium. No idea if there's going to be any surprises coming out of this, but looks really nice though. VIX looks really set up here for this. You can see the 450 daily 9 kind of battle back and forth here as that continues down. That means the ascent rate isn't as big as it graphically looks on my chart for them to battle like that. It's good. We're in a good spot there. 4-hour 20 is separating from the 4-hour 9, which means the growth, the descent rate is increasing, right? See, it's together and it starts to increase to here. So that's good on that push. And let's see if we can get into the 14s. That would be nice. We'll see. I have a couple pivots for you guys for tomorrow that I will publish, which for potential bounce points here. But looks pretty good. So on ES here, you've got the climb out here. We've broken the barrier for the failed breakdown on the second leg here. The first leg, we still have a long way to go. 7,800 roughly, 7,818. So we've got some room to go up there. It's not that far away, but we do need to have some growth here. Now, obviously, chips aren't the only thing driving ES, so that's why this isn't going to grow in the same speed. But it definitely is a nice layup coming here. SPY taking this in stride. Nice push up here. ATH is 779.37. So we've got some room before that. I don't think we get there. I believe in terms of the high for the day, we could go slightly higher. Can we push to 773? Yeah, we probably could, but I think our rejection is really 772.42, which is just off right below that. And I actually wanted to respond to him here on the floor. No, 772 dot. I think it's 47. And anyway, so that's that. Let me get back into you guys. But nice jump here, really nice leg. So yeah, see it maybe a little bit of a push coming into this afternoon here, and then kind of settle out. I don't expect a down candle. I do expect to sit up in the top upper range here. I think that'll keep us tidy up in here. Bitcoin, yep, just doing its thing here, kind of floundering around in this channel. That's fine. That doesn't bother me. ES on the just the last leg too was crazy. This was a little unexpected. The last leg that we just got up here. We'll take it though. Another 20 points on ES popping up into here. A little bit of a weak high. We've got some levels here in support. 9 is spread from the 20 on the growth rate here after this compression. So we'll see how that continues. Oil 82.88 holding strong. VIX, we went over that already. So all in all, this looks great. A lot of support, a lot of not too much on the back test side. We do have some nice pieces though here for the day trading and for scalping. I'm not sure how Ginger's call went today, but I assume it went well. This is we look like we're in a good spot here to actually kind of recoil and rebound a little bit. I don't expect explosive growth here at all, but here's the channels, right? So this is what we talked about. We could either run sideways or we push on up to get here. I don't think we get here in one day. Getting up to the top of this channel here will probably reject at the last week's high here, which also happens to be the center line of the channel. That could be tomorrow if things go the same way. We'll push a little bit higher, but I'm not seeing us see all-time highs just yet. We kind of consolidate this all this news here, and understand the discrepancy in the chips, which I'm working on now. For the Qs, didn't take as much as I thought they would, but we've got a nice gap open, pushing on into the middle of this channel here. This is also a pennant on Ginger's chart. It doesn't matter which way you want to look at it. It's boundaried, right? So we need to get into this level here, try to push up into the top. Target maybe in the 720s for going into next week. That would be nice. We've got a nice cluster of SMA support underneath. Daily 9 working against us, but flattened. So that's flattened. Weekly 9 is in support, 4-hour 9 support, 50 in support, 20 in support, 200, and the monthly obviously all the way down here. I'd like to see that monthly move. Can't move it if we stay in a big consolidated range, so we need to continue to push. This could be a run, and I'll know more on Monday. Tomorrow is going to be a little bit chaotic. There's going to be some profit taking and potentially push. So just be aware if you're in profit positions that you want to maybe take a look at that. Oopsie, Nvidia flew off the chart. Let me bring it back in. Come back, buddy. So yeah, what a run here from the overnight session after the close yesterday all until now. Nvidia keeps poking the bear up here. Not much to go for all-time highs. 236.26 at 229 right now. We are in striking range of that for sure. That could be overnight session, not a problem. I don't see volume now at all. Look at the volume at the levels here that we've had. I mean, most of the volume right now, our point of control anyway, is at 226. That's where we wanted it. This was the target. 226. We've exceeded the target now. 227.92 was a good break point. So hitting that pivot there, and now we're pushing up on that level. One thing to note here is there's the breakdown level. It's 226, right? That's what I just told you in terms of the break point. So we have accomplished that with price. We are in the stage one of calling this a failed breakdown. All I need to do is get this 24-hour 9 over that 226 line where the high volume is, and then we are home free. So that's charging up at around 61 degrees and stuck down there at 219. So that's already almost at 221, which was the break point. So was not the break point for the downtrend here, but for the breakdown, but the break point for price action to actually snap out of the doldrums that it's been in. So I like this. This is moving fast, and hopefully we can get up here and then get a nice sustainable growth pattern in there. It's giving no ground, and it's apologizing to nobody. This is moving. Wonderful. Why is this doing this? Why is MU giving up? So MU is the creator of the memory components, and the memory components are more expensive, and NVIDIA is buying these memory components and doesn't give a shit. It's affecting NVIDIA's margin and a negative capacity and a positive capacity on MU, and yet MU is taking the beating. So gonna have to reconcile this. I have a feeling this is a rotation based on a mechanism where we have NVIDIA kind of back into the spotlight while we had the major runners. Don't forget, NVIDIA's up, I don't know, 18% for the year. Just guesstimating off of my 14% consensus that I wrote the other day, and MU's at like 100, right? So these guys had massive growth this year, whereas NVIDIA kind of stalled out and has consolidated for majority of the year in a big range, but still consolidated. So I think what we're seeing here is a little bit of disbursement of that run and starting to understand the hierarchy coming back into play. So in order for that to happen correctly, we're going to look at And again, NVIDIA targets were raised, so all NVIDIA's targets have been pushed up. MUs have not been brought down. It's still a $1,500 stock in the eyes of many. But what we needed to do is we need to take advantage of everybody's earnings as they come, and the biggest part of this that we have to take away from it is that NVIDIA printed earnings the same way it's been printing earnings, and it didn't get a negative buy. It tried. You saw that push down in the beginning, but then it snapped back up and we went. So I think we're breaking that cycle here. The payment for that is a little bit of transition out of MU. MU has not proven that it can do that here and that it's not overbought yet. So trying to see if we can hold the lows here at 887. Really want to hold this 4-hour 50 on the RTH. It's really kind of my last straw. I've been slipping on this one a little bit here, and I see no reason why this doesn't recoil and back. So I'm not worried about this. Dip buy for sure. Exits if we lose this. High risk play in this area. So this is going to be the oh shit zone right here for MU. So just if you're not of the faint of heart, just don't play. But let's see this thing snap back up. I think we do get that. I think Nvidia is going to carry us through there. And don't be afraid of what you're going to see at the end of the day here if we do get a little bit of pullback because of the motions that we're in. It is affecting Soxel though. MU is definitely putting some suppression on Soxel, whereas same thing with AMD. On this pullback here. But I think those are all tolls being paid for our continued push up. So I wanted Soxel to take out this level here. We instead back tested it and rejected. So I'm not happy with Soxel's performance here. And that spawned off of MU and AMD and certain other ones as well. But I have a hard time grading this properly when you look at the volumes here. These bars are zero volumes, by the way, basically zero. So very, very low volumes comparative to these ones at price. So we have, and this is spanning over a 2-week period. We have our point of control is down here at 115. That's where the most volume over the last 2 weeks has been spent, is in this range right here. So what that tells me is that everybody's buying this dip here, buying in support here for that, and that we do have our secondary a little bit lower, so pushing into that. And then we're up here, we have a little bit of profit taking going on at this level here, 122. So that's how you use this histogram for looking at volumes and where it is. You just take the supports and the resistance levels, match them up with the volumes, and then we get to a nice little formula and a play-by-play. Here is, I think I adjusted this slightly. I don't remember if I was on the call or if I was doing it on my own, but I adjusted this trend line slightly to make it fall in line with this particular candle. I don't know why it was out of range, but it was, and we have support underneath us here. So we have support, previous day's closed, previous day's open. We have the 4-hour 20. We have volume support at point of control. We have some barriers down here and some lower lows that keep it, and we have the daily 200, which is the ultimate support for us in this range. What do we need though? What do we desperately need? We need this weekly 9. This is what I had pointed out yesterday. This is where I wanted to ultimately get to get that push, and we failed on that. So I'm not super excited here. I have no reason to cry and complain yet, but I do want to see some performance shift out of here, and I'm okay letting NVIDIA be the crown jewel for the day, so long as Soxel and MU and AMD ship shape up tomorrow or into Monday and give us that performance that we're looking for from them. CRDO taking a little victory lap here, breaking out of the lower conversion, and it is just in this clusterfuck of MAs here. This is a wild ride for this thing. We do get the run today though too, so super exciting to have a 10+ point run on the day. Trading that wasn't something I did today. I'm sorry I was tied up, but here's that run. So top to bottom today. It was a top to bottom day. Little splotchy on the volume here. All these little checkered pock marks here are because we don't have the volume for that. So that's been a little bit on the overnight there. But looking strong here too. If we can bounce off the weekly 9 here and come back through, we should be okay on CRDO. Um, on the daily chart here, we were there. We just needed to get back into this first point in the channel to push on up to next, and we missed it. So a whiff on this does push us down. We have our supports here. Hopefully those supports can push us back up through. Again, I think this is just a sector challenge at the moment while everything tries to convert over. CoreWeave is CoreWeave here. I don't defend CoreWeave in this anymore. The issues are pretty strong in terms of why this isn't going to be a top 10 player in the market, but I do think that they will shift that around. But I'm not going to waste my time too much on trying to see this find support. What I will do though is continue to watch it every day to see if my calculations can show me that we get a turn in the moving averages at the higher time frames to actually give us the support for a big run. It's like right now we still have support at the 9. If that turns, it's going to be a disaster. I need the weekly 9 to turn. So we need to dance around in this area and continue to try to push higher. But so far every time it's been slapped back down. So I'm going to give that one a breather. AMD lost the 4-hour 20, weekly 20 in support. We need to hold 478.27 on the close, which is up here. And that gives us the ability to continue to push up higher. If we close down in this range, then tomorrow's going to be down day for AMD. So it's that simple. 478.27. Which side of the line will determine where we are tomorrow. That may be the same thing that effectuates MU2, which is 922.47. So we have the same sort of battle here. Tomorrow is kind of an odd day. Really simple explanation for that. The close for the month is Monday, and Friday is the day before the close. So we've got a opportunity to start fresh on Monday as if the close was today, tomorrow, and that is going to be how some people handle it in the summer schedule. So we'll get a little bit of mixture on Monday. If we pop up and run, which is possible, then we should be able to see a strong week all the way through next week. I do think that we do see a strong week next week regardless, but Monday may be a little bit part of the melee. All right, who took the who sold puts this morning on Tesla? Because that was a nice little play right there. I think we were looking at trying to cash secured puts at these levels down here. And now we're up here, so you're looking at potential profit taking for those positions, bouncing off the weekly 9, which is facing down pretty strongly too. So we need to take that area out. I think we do. Today doesn't have to. We got a lot of range out of Tesla today too, so I think we're okay to settle it around here. Probably going to have a back test into the VWAP area, 351.59 is possible here too. If we do push on up though, we've got a brick wall at the D50 here, which will force a back test. That back test may see half the way to the weekly 9, so roughly 358. That's the plan for me right now is forget about all that's going to happen right here. I'm waiting for the weekly 9 to be taken, take the run up here, I'll short the rejection, and then I'll buy back the midpoint for the secondary run, and then hopefully that gives us enough of a push to get us up to the next leg, which is going to be the monthly 20 up here in the 370s. That's the plan for Tesla. I just want to peek at SpaceX because I haven't since this morning. Okay, whatever. Apple didn't reject. Interesting. So we broke out of the channel again. We hit the top point here, double top again. So that weekly high is now reconfirmed with a rejection. If it doesn't take this out and get up to the weekly 9, then we are going back down. So this could be a nice little short-term short play to the daily 50 or the daily 9, whichever way we land. At least maybe a 30% retracement on here, which is likely VWAP or point of control. but we are it's not doing its thing. If we can pop above this, the 315.43, then off we go. But for some reason, we are still stuck at this pivot. Second attempt since being in the channel, and we have rejected. Good news is if you look at these attempts as structures, as structural attempts, you can see the two candles here. Okay, a low, and then the high, and then you can see the second attempt here. Okay, this is the retracement down, pushing down. The second attempt here is a higher low. And now we don't get the higher high, but if we keep doing that structure here like that, then here's what you're going to see. Hold on, take that away. You're going to see our support line grow up this line and pinpoint, and we're going to create that flag. So we're going to create that, oops, there it is. We're going to create that pennant, and it's going to converge. Right now, that growth rate is very small, so we have a very long way to go in consolidation to do that, which is why we need to break out, or we need to break down and get supports in to push back up. I believe Apple grows from here, but I believe that we may have to break down and find support before we push up higher. That is a possibility, but in the longer term, left to right, stocks only go up. We all know that. And to confirm that, we will say that we're going to hit our targets going into next year on Apple for sure. But let's see if we can get through some of the shenanigans here first. Daily 9 creeping up at 44 degrees, which is helpful. We blew through it, though, on the last test of this area. So be careful on the failure here. Don't love to see double top failures as strong and close together on a 4-hour like this. So just be cautious on that. I will probably look at the daily 9 as a buy if it holds. Possibly short it from here to there. That short's a little bit riskier, but I'm thinking about it. All right. What else? Oh, we've got candle swap. Candle swap. There it is. That little guy. So this is what I expect to see for the rest of the day. I see this little guy a little hanging out up here at the top. Maybe retracement of a third of the big wick candle to its left, this guy, on the RTH, but mostly to stay in here. We could also see at the end of the day a profit-taking session that happens for about 35 seconds, similar to what we saw yesterday on ES. Don't be afraid of that. The dump on that section is pure profit-taking from accounts that needed to do that in order to restructure funds for the overnight session. I see that all the time, and pretty normal. This looks a little hairy. Looks like we're coming down here. Levels are holding in support just barely. 5-minute 20 coming up, though. We lose the 5-minute 20. If you want to scalp, losing this 5-minute 20 is your scalp down to Asia high. So that's your indication right there. Anybody who's looking for some fast action downtrend put play on with the 0 DTE craziness, that's your indicator right there. So pop through that, pick up your put, sell it at Asia high, and just beware of any snapbacks. So that's pretty simple right there. This is all lined up for it. And that's about it. All right, what else we got? Anybody have anything? Thank you, MHM. I actually just got off my comedic tour for 2026. I am done with that now, and I will be on the straight and narrow. I'm not doing that on purpose. That is just those are notifications for our new Reddit account. Speaking of our new Reddit account, why aren't you guys over there posting? Thumbs upping, giving me upvotes, helping me get some exposure out there. I need some more of you guys to train. And you can help me. Go over to Reddit, say hello, join, follow, push buttons. It's fun. Pay us. I do pay you. I pay you every day. Every day. How could you say that? Every single day I pay you. All you push the button. Push the button. Yeah, MU's a tough one. I get you. MU's a tough one here, but we've got the support here at the 50. All I gotta tell you is that tomorrow's going to be a different day. So, a different day meaning one way or the other, right? No, it looks. I think we're okay on this. I think we just had to. Everybody's paying homage to Nvidia, and nobody wants to miss that boat. The growth trajectory there has been difficult. Selling call. Yeah, yeah, I get you. I get you. I get you on that. You might want to sell some puts. That might put you in some position there too. You know, I don't know. What is MU? Did we do this already? I think we did this yesterday. Let me look. MU. So let's say we're going to do a short run. Let's go to September 9th. You can make some money on those, buddy. Look at that. Wow. You could sell. You could sell some 890. No, we want. Oops. I don't want to do that. I want to move my chart. Let me find a line in the sand here. How about let's give you a play. Let me get 50 points on the board. Move it up, move it up, move it up. 8. Oh, it's just a lot of, yeah, it's too much money. I keep forgetting. I'm like, yeah, you're making a lot of money in the puts, but you're gonna have to put a pile of capital to be doing it. Anyway, yep. But yeah, this is in a bad spot if you were looking for something to participate there. You wanted to park some money. Let me just look here on the support. Yeah, that weekly 20 looks sweet. So 850 range. Yeah, it does require a lot of cash. That's what I that's what I was just saying. Sorry, I skipped that part. My bad. A little bit too much. Too much money to work, but profits are good, you know. To buy a cheap put and then sell it. Yeah. Yep, you could hedge with a cheap put as well. That's a possibility. You could hedge with cheap puts, plural, and sell. I don't do anything. Just or do what you want to do. Not financial advice. Blah blah blah. Just leave us alone. This little area right here, let it do its thing there. We're just getting a little rambunctious here. I think I see it. It's leveling out. We're okay. Let her be. All right, what else we got? Okay, so you're saying, say, buy 600. Oh, strike 600. I see. So you're saying buy a 600 strike for January and then sell an 850 for November. You could do that. Yep, that'll line it up. Yep, yep, yep. You got a nice little spread. 850. And then the 600. Yeah, I think I gotta get more strikes in here. Can't see 600. Where's 600? So 600 strike. Here we go. Wow, they're getting money for the 600 strike too. Look at that. Huh. Oh no, they're not. There's not even a bid on it. Okay, gotcha. They're just 440 part. You can't even buy it. I mean, you could, but you'd be overpaying. You're really looking at a 630 is the floor, essentially, which you can get those for a couple of pennies, a couple of bucks. Yeah. Okay, good. That's not all off kilter and out of balance. Looks good, man. All right. That's it. That's it. Show's over for today, guys. I got nothing else for you. I'm looking around. Everything looks like it's doing what it's supposed to do. Soxel bouncing off the 24-hour, 4-hour 9. It's just going to park itself there until it gets a little action. And Nvidia is not going to hit all-time highs today. I'm just joking with you guys about that. And SPY's hit its high for the day already. So we're going to stay in this little zone here in the top 1/3 of the prior 4-hour candle. All right. That's it. I will shutting it down, and I will see you guys on the floor briefly. I see you. I'm just holding it. I'm holding this SpaceX short, just holding it and waiting for a better opportunity to finalize it and get it going. It's been a little bit of a pain in the ass, obviously, with the fake